Okay, so we are to retrieve the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller for the Greybeards. And again, as usual, I probably brutalised his name, but never mind. First, what I want to say, even, words are just not coming out the way I want them to today. What I wanted to say was, I am level 52 in this video, if anyone was wondering, so there is quite a gap, because I've been doing a lot of stuff. I did the Thieves Guild questline, and I've done Mages Guild and the Companions, which I suppose really isn't the Mages Guild, it's the Winterhall, but basically it's the Mages Guild. So I did them off camera, and their questline's pretty fun, but definitely they're shorter than Oblivion's, but way more epic. Well, some are epic, some are kind of a bit boring. You'll also notice, well, I'm looting gold here, but I won't be looting much if I can help it, just because I have tons of gold from modding it anyway. So, and the gold is the only thing I've modded in this game because it is my first time playing through. What the hell is going on here? You know, I'm gonna change to Unrelenting, whatever it's called. Unrelenting Force, there we go, that's what it's called. I don't think I actually changed to that there, but I have no idea what was going on here. They were all fighting each other, it looked like. You know, that move is kind of coming in handy. Oh, level 77. Well, not my actual level, 77, but... Which, a lot of people seem to think 50 is the level cap. It's actually 81, a very odd number, I know, but... Hey, well, you could go higher. You can actually go up to level 1000. There's a mod that's safe for Xbox out there that does have level 1000. But, you know, what's the point in that? I don't think stats actually go up that high. They probably go up to 200 and I haven't got the PC version yet, so I haven't got a clue on what it actually goes up to. And I'm actually getting a bit lost here. Dwarven Race, what? I don't really know what I would do with that. Someone actually tell me. And if anyone is wondering, this part here isn't actually a live commentary, because the HD PVR I was using to record didn't sync the audio with the when I was recording. Only for this clip, though. The other ones are, but the recording stuff I was using, which is Audacity, I think I cocked up. I didn't push record at the time I thought I pushed it, and it was about 10 seconds out of sync. I tried my best to get it back together, but it wasn't working, so this isn't technically with live commentary, so I apologise for that. All future ones will. I have already checked ones because I have a lot of them already recorded. I'm just busy rendering them. They so far have all came out completely in sync, so shouldn't have any more mishaps for the future. I do apologise. Cool. If anyone's wondering, it's just Daedric sword that I have with an enchant. I have the I forgot what it's called, but the thing that gives you the ability to put 2 enchants on one item is what I'm using right now, and that's how I have fire and frost, I believe, on that sword. It basically one-shots everything, but does cost a lot of charge, even is what I'm looking for. Now I think it's coming up here, which is, well, I'd love to show the live recording, but as I say, it wasn't in sync. But it was quite funny. I was laughing like a nutter because I used Whirlwind Sprint, I think that's what it's called. I keep forgetting the names of things, but I used it and I go flying off the cliff where I wasn't meant to, but then come across a little dragon stone. Or dragon rune, I always forget what they're called. And there's accidentally me taking a troll skull. Yeah, right here. Here it's coming up now. There's wee. I actually meant to try zoom thinking there was a bridge there, but there wasn't, and then I'm like, oh, there's a dragonstone. So this probably would have been quite a funny episode if it wasn't for me cocking up with the syncing of the audio, but never mind. Shouldn't happen in the future. That one, I'm guessing I'll simply just let you become that for longer if you got the 3 words for that. But that's pretty cool, because if you want to jump from a high place and not take any damage, it doesn't hurt you with fall damage. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, the games I've been playing lately, a bit off topic of the Skyrim video, but has been, well, did play some Battlefield 3, picked up that, the Dead Rising off the record, and Saints Row the Third, completed Saints Row the Third. That's an epic game. Definitely one of the best games out there. And, you know, it's not that I don't like Skyrim. I haven't, you know, I've got so many games where I'm playing a lot with my friend, and, you know, Skyrim being a single player game, when my friend's he's not on often, so when he is, I go and leave Skyrim and come back to it later. But Skyrim, to me, it didn't have the same feel. I don't really know what to say. It's hard to, there's not a word for what I'm trying to express, but I didn't have the same feel as when I first played Oblivion. You know, Oblivion, it was, everything's wow. And I don't know if it's because in this game and this day and age, we've, you know, seen a lot of this kind of stuff. Obviously not seen, you know, I haven't played any game where I've fought dragons or anything like that, but I don't play that type of really Dragon Slayer type games. But I'm not saying I'm not impressed with it. It's definitely a game of the year, for me at least. Or it's up there at least. But it still doesn't give me the whole wow, it's amazing, you know, type feeling. Just like I think it was IGN's review, or maybe GameSpot's, that was on about, I think I mentioned in an earlier video also, that the dragon fights get a bit repetitive. And I'd have to say they do. After a couple of fights, they're just kind of annoying. You know, they come so often, you know, be wondering about wanting to do something. Or I was in, here's a good example actually. I was in Riverwood, is that what it's called? I think that's the place. And I wanted to talk to the blacksmith, but then a dragon comes and he kills the blacksmith. And the blacksmith doesn't respawn. So that basically deletes the blacksmith from my game. That pissed me off probably more than anything. I don't think they should be killable characters. I get it makes it more realistic, but it annoys me. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe if you wait long enough to come back, but I waited a good while and no one came back. I haven't done any research online to see if they come back, so maybe they do, but I don't think they do, and it kind of pissed me off. It hasn't happened in any other town, because it's kind of, you know, the minute I saw a dragon come near a town I'm in, I kill it as quickly as possible before it can kill anyone, because it's just insanely annoying. So, dragon fights, I think they were meant to be epic things, but after you kill really the first, I'd say about 3, it just becomes a nuisance to kill a dragon. You know, once you've got, well, at least especially if you're still trying to get dragon armor, killing them is going to be, you know, it's going to be an important thing for you. But killing them after you've got full dragon armor is nothing but a pain. Or if you've got Daedric, because the retarded thing about this game is Daedric is better, which, in my opinion, it should not be. Other people may have other thoughts on this, feel free to share them in the comments, but Daedric should not be better. For the sake of these dragons, you know, meant to be coming back for thousands of years. Daedric was in the last game. I would have thought dragons were meant to be much epicer than, you know, something from the realm of Oblivion, but apparently not. And it's the heavy armor rating is better. So, extremely stupid in my opinion, but hey, just little things like that kind of annoy me about Skyrim. Also, I don't believe there's spell making. That has ticked me off also. To me, I hate when developers do that. To me, if you're going further ahead at designing the game that you want to be way better than the other one, you have to take what was good from that game and make it better in the next one, but they've completely removed it. And there's no way people have been complaining about that, about spell making, you know. To me, I think, if I was a developer and I thought spell making, I think, yeah, spell making, you know, giving them the choice to create their own spells, so they could have made it that you can combine spells. That would have been cool. I suppose in a way you can combine them in the sense of using Frost and Fire at the same time, but you can't like create one spell that shoots frost and fire at the same time. But they could have done that and didn't. So this playthrough is kind of turned into a little rant. I apologise for that, but I just wanted to get some thoughts out there. See what other people are basically just post in the comments what you guys kind of hate and like about Skyrim compared to, say, Oblivion. Don't compare it to other games, because people that do that are just idiots. There's no point comparing Skyrim to Grand Theft Auto, it's retarded. Same people when they compare Skyrim, not Skyrim, Central the Third to Grand Theft Auto, it's retarded. Central 2 was in a way a bit, but Central the Third is way off the scale. You know, it doesn't take itself seriously. I mean, you have a gigantic dildo as a weapon. Grand Theft Auto goes for the realistic approach, and it's great. I love them both. I love Call of Duty and Battlefield, you know. I don't see why they both can't exist in the market, but you get your trolls and people are going to hate. Again, I do apologise for this turning into a big rant, but I don't really know what else to talk about considering I cocked up the audio, so a voiceover will just have to suffice for this one. We are only passing the 11-minute mark, so I still have a while to speak, and I honestly have no idea what to say. Apart from there's a motherfucking big ass spider. It's actually kind of another thing that annoys me a little bit, is the way the game balances. You know, you build a character expecting to feel mighty powerful, only to be realised that they scale with you. Now they don't do it as bad as in Oblivion. You know, I still can one-shot a few, but some, you know, you think they're actually like was it the overlords? I forgot, the Draugr overlords, whatever you call them. I think they're the best of that type of creature. Maybe not. Maybe it's the Death Lords. Whatever one it is. Anyway, I think I was a one-shotted a Death Lord type thing, but then when it came to the normal one, I didn't manage to one-shot him, and it made no sense to me. You know, there was nothing to do with critical hits or anything. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's a glitch, or maybe something else happened. But it still, nevertheless, pissed me off a little bit. How you spend ages building a character, it just, yeah. Actually brings me to yet another thing on the list of things that Skyrim, in my opinion, cocked up, which is in Fallout you choose any perk. Granted, you can't choose, you know, the level 20 perk straight away, but in this game, obviously, perks not being level based, they're level based in the sense that you can't go that far unless you're this level in this specific skill. But what I was trying to do is, I think it was smithing. I went to Dragon route first, thinking that was the best. Obviously, I later realised Daedric is. But once I actually unlocked the perk and bought the perk, and you know, I had that, then the line points to the next one being Daedric, but you can't actually go there. Unlike in Fallout, which I don't mean to compare them, but I mean the perks of the perk setup came from Fallout. A lot of the stuff from Fallout came into Skyrim, and I'm just saying this because you know, in Fallout you can pick any perk. You get the list of perks that you can pick for your level, and you can pick them in any order you want. This one you have to go through a little line, but then when the line actually says it connects from Dragon to Daedric, you can't actually go from Dragon to Daedric. You have to go all the way back to the start and go to the right side of the tree, and go all the way and work your way up. And that's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's a waste of perks. I think they even should have went as far as adding like a reset talent tree type thing, like something like World of Warcraft. But you know, I'm not going to bash the game for something it doesn't have. That's stupid when people that do reviews for that bash a game for something it doesn't have. When you review the game, you review for it because of what it comes. That's like saying, you know, I mean, if that was the case, every game in the world would get like a 0 score because it's missing this, that and the other. It just, you know, it's just some things that like changed. It's my personal opinion. I'm not bashing the game. I love the game. As I say, it's what I would class as Game of the Year for me, but it's just annoying, these things that I would have liked them to come into. But that's what I do sometimes. I overhype games and get a bit disappointed when I actually play them. I never actually knew this game was 200 years in the future. Well, 200 years ahead of Oblivion. As it just said in the loading screen there, I never knew that. I should really stop ranting now. I wish the loading screen was. This is actually. Oh no, it's not. It's not installed on my hard drive actually, because I believe there is a bug. I don't know if they patched that yet, but there was a bug where you couldn't. If you installed it to your hard drive, it gave you the lower textures. And right there, when I crouch, that invisibility, that is one of the Nocturnal's agents spells you get at the end of the Thieves quest thing. And you can also go back and change it to other ones. People that have done it will know what I'm talking about. It's one of the annoying ones that you can only use once a day, but it lasts for I want to say 120 seconds, maybe. But only when you use it. You know, you can walk about without it, but the minute you crouch, that's how it activates the stealth spell, which is pretty badass. And I should also mention the character that I'm actually doing the main story with is still a werewolf. Which people kept asking in the comments of my werewolf video on my main channel, what's the downside of being one? And I can't really think. The only one I can think of is that you don't get the rested thing from sleeping. As far as I know, that's the only one I've encountered. You know, you can tell us in the comments if there is other ones, but I don't believe there is. Should be noted, if you've done the Dark Brotherhood, then you'll know that spirit thing that's following me around who he is. I will say no more. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but if there's any trolls out there, feel free to spoil it in the comments.
You're new around here, so I'll go easy on you.
But you'll all know who he is. I don't believe it's the same voice actor. He sounds a bit different from Oblivion. In fact, I may have spoiled it myself. There's one thing, you know, I'm not going to rant about the game anymore, so here's something to give it a positive, is that they're voice actors. There's like more than 5 voice actors now. Not bashing Oblivion, because that was an awesome game until obviously Skyrim came out, but there was, you know, it's the same voice actor for a lot of characters in Oblivion.
Attic room, eh? Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home. So you're the Dragonborn I've been hearing so much about. I think you're looking for this. We need to talk. Follow me.
I remember this part. I have to kill the ghost here. So there's a close-up of his face. I don't think you can really recognise him by that, because it's kind of ghostly looking, but I do end up killing my little follower. I don't think, actually, yeah, the ones you summon will actually stay there until killed, which is pretty awesome. I believe they do anyway. This guy's been following me around for ages, so. I love his random lines, how he comments on the retarded stuff that's going on.
Now we can talk.
It's quite funny. You'll mention stuff like he came to Skyrim as a child, and it's just wacky stuff.
And his work is just...
The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right. Surprised? I guess I'm getting pretty good at my harmless innkeeper act. I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy. I already gave you the horn. I'm actually trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out. Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you. I shouldn't let you walk out of here knowing what you know. But I guess even my paranoia has its limits. You know where to find me when you change your mind. Because you will. You have to.